Hello everyone and welcome to Trial by Trivia, Canada's favorite game show where lawyers compete for prizes beyond their wildest imaginations. I am your host, Kent Smithers. Today we have a very special episode for you folks, Section 12 and 13 of the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms.
Please join me in welcoming today's contestants. In the stupid hat is Emmanuel. Stuck next to Mr. Emmanuel is our returning winner, Rolf Buttress. Next to Mr. Buttress is Noreen Blanche.
One of you will be walking away with $100,000 cash and a day alongside world-renowned Justice Mills, and the rest will be walking away with nothing.
Wait, what?
Guess we know which one is walking away with nothing today. And now, to spin the wheel! And for our first question, what does Section 12 of the Canadian Charter of Rights state?
Obviously, Mr. Kent, everyone has the right to not be subject to any cruel or unusual treatment or punishment. This includes any torture or abuse of power by law enforcement, lengthy prison sentences without parole eligibility, mentally harmful or degrading treatment, and corporal punishment.
Correct indeed, Mr. Rolf. You might just have what it takes to be the first two-time winner of this show, folks. For our next question, we have a case, and we want you to tell us if the reenactment of the case R.V. Noor is a violation of Section 12 Charter rights. Use your knowledge. Mr. Producer, roll the clip! We've just pulled up to Noor's house. Police, open up! We've got a warrant!
Oh, hi, officer. What seems to be the problem?
We've had a suspicious report that you are in possession of weapons for a second time. You know you can't do that. We're coming in.
I don't know what you're talking about. Come on in, sugar child. You won't find anything.
Where are they? We know you have them somewhere here.
You won't catch me around here.
What's that?
We have a verdict. 40 months for possessing illegal weapons.
Not so fast! Violation of Section 12 Charter rights. This is cruel and unusual punishment for a first-time offender.
Well, I am a second-time offender. I do believe that my punishment is justified, but I agree. For first-time offenders, this is just too long of a sentence, dear.
I'm pretty sure that...
Too slow! Anyone else?
His rights were not violated. Because he was a repeat offender, the length of the sentence was justified. However, the Supreme Court of Canada did rule that the criminal sentence for simply the possession of a firearm being 3 years is a violation of People's Section 12 Charter rights.
Correct again, Mr. Buttress.
Thanks, Kent. This is a cakewalk. I mean, anyone getting these questions wrong shouldn't be a lawyer anyways.
Next up, cruel or unusually cruel. True or false? Section 12 can be violated by cruel punishment alone.
The answer is yes. I mean, true.
That is incorrect, Emmanuel. The answer I was looking for is false. I feel like my Section 12 rights are being violated just listening to this answer because this is cruel and unusual punishment.
Is it that it's both cruel and unusual?
That is correct, Noreen. Even though I wasn't talking to you.
Well, I knew that too. I just thought I would let her have the point, even though you can barely hear it anyways, like...
Rules are rules, so I guess you get the points. Our next question. What part of this case violates Officer Ferguson's Section 12 Charter rights? All right, Barley, time for yard call. Get out here.
Wait!
Oh my gun! That's it!
Gussie is sentenced to 4 years in jail because of manslaughter with excessive force of a firearm.
Not fair. It was a self-defense shot, not out of anger.
Doesn't matter. 4 years.
Charter challenge! Violation of Section 12. Would it be the length of his prison sentence?
That is correct indeed, Noreen. Because of the nature of the manslaughter, it was ruled that Ferguson, being prosecuted with a mandatory sentence of 4 years, was a violation of his Section 12 Charter rights because it was an act of self-defense. Next up, we have violation evaluation. Your question is, What are the 4 steps needed for a judge to determine whether someone's Section 12 charter rights were violated?
Oh, I know this one. It's C.
Now, let's pretend you didn't just say that, just for your own dignity, okay?
Why isn't someone more qualified to take this question? Firstly, the courts need to determine that a person is indeed being mistreated or punished in some way. Secondly, they need to look at the purpose to see if the punishment is proportional to the crime. Third, they need to check that the person's back on information, like a repeat offender. And finally, they think about future cases that will be impacted by the ruling they will make.
Right again, Rolf. What a lengthy and detailed answer. Let's take a look at who's winning this thing, folks. Cast your eyes up to the point standings. What an interesting matchup, folks. A fierce race forming between Noreen and Rolf. Whereas for Emmanuel, you might as well leave. It's not possible for you to win.
Nuh-uh. I'm so smart I can make a comeback.
Anyways, moving on to our next section, we will be focusing on section 13. Your first question, obviously, is, what is it? Anyways, Emmanuel, about that, we turned off your buzzer just so that the audience wouldn't get dumber by listening to you. Well, do you have an answer for us, Noreen?
Forget it. It's probably not even right anyway.
Oh my God, just answer the question. No, you know what? I'll do it for you, okay? Section 13 of the Charter states that a witness who testifies in any proceedings has the right to not have any incriminating evidence so given use to incriminate that witness, with the exception of perjury and the giving of any contradictory evidence.
Precisely, Mr. Buttress. I could not have said it better in my own words. Our next question, what 2 key things need to occur in order for Section 13 to apply?
Is it that the witness has to be compelled to testify in the proceedings and the evidence must be incriminating?
Would you look at that, folks? She does know what she's talking about after all. That is indeed correct, Marie. Now, our next question comes from a case all the way back from the Stone Ages, folks. That's right, 1993. Take a look up at the screen for our reenactment of R.V. Zazulak.
I told you I have no idea who is stealing the guns from the police force. Duh. By the way, when I said in the other trial that I didn't know who it was that was stealing the guns, I actually do know who it is.
Now, folks, in this case, was Section 13 of Mr. Zazulak's rights violated?
No, they weren't, because he perjured himself in order to get a more favorable outcome for the police force, and even though he took back his false statement, he still had the intent to mislead. Oh, take that, Noreen.
Fantastic work. Now we have a judge jackpot. Whoever wins this question will gain enough points to tie with whoever is in the lead. In this hypothetical scenario, Sarah is a witness in a robbery case and is forced to testify by the courts. During proceedings, she testifies to being involved in a theft 3 years ago. Can she be prosecuted for that theft?
No, she cannot be prosecuted for theft. She was compelled by the courts to testify and incriminated herself while doing so, which means both the criteria for Section 13 to apply.
That is correct. Incredible answer, Maureen. The score is now all tied up, folks. For your final question to see who will win this episode of Trial by Trivia and a day with the incredible Judge Mills, there will be only one buzzer. We will ask the next question, and whoever races here and hits the buzzer first will win. The question is based around R.V. Noel. Play that footage!
In your brother's trial, in which you were compelled to testify in last week, you admitted to assisting in hiding a 9-year-old's dead body. Is this not true that you are indeed a part of the crime?
Don't answer that. Section 13 Charter Challenge.
Why was Kris Kringle's Section 13 rights violated?
because they use his words against him in different courts. Yippee!
What? What? How is this? No! How is this fair, Ken?
Oh, don't be a sore loser, Rolf. As for the losers, you get spoons of participation. And Noreen Blanche, the new winner of Trial by Trivia.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much.
You know what? You don't even deserve that trophy.